Clarke Show. We have the owner of Pop-Up Tan. Please welcome Lisa Ferrara to the show.
Hi, Nikki. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Excited.
Yes, it's been a long time getting this together, and finally we're here.
Finally we are here.
That's amazing. And you're glowing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
How long have you been in business now?
I've been in business about 5 years now.
5 years, okay.
Yes.
And did you always plan on being a business owner, or did you have a past
No.
working in a 9 to 5, and you said, no, let's do something
Well, when
different?
I was younger, right out of school, I basically went, and I was an optician, so the pharmacist to the eye doctor. But I always call that was for my parents. And then after getting married and having kids, I had 3 kids in 3 years. I realized that I needed work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I became a sugarist, went to esthetician school, realized I didn't want to do everything, and just kind of zoned in on what I love to do, and that was sugaring. And then I ended up spray tanning, and it just, when they say you know what you're supposed to do, this was it, because it just took off without any effort.
Yes, yes. Tell me, before we move on, what is a sugarist? Because that sounds sweet.
So basically, it's the organic form of waxing.
Okay.
It's just a different, yes.
So using, like,
It's
brown sugar?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
sugar, lemon, and water in a paste.
okay. That
Yes.
sounds easy to make.
Yes, it's very easy
And
to make.
delicious.
Yes, and you can eat it. But it also is hair removal.
It's hair removal, okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's something that's been used over the past, like, I think...
Oh, since Egyptian time.
Since Egyptian time, because I think I've heard of this before.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And it's just been kind of evolved and formulated into to what
Yes,
it is
exactly.
now. So the pop-up tan experience, what is that? So people come to you, you go to them. How has it worked?
Well, Pop-Up Tan is like a concierge service. So we go to you. It's basically, we go to offices, photographic studios, gyms, everywhere, and we can pop up a tan, and as long as you can pop up the tent, we can tan.
Okay.
So it's a 3x3 tent, and you stand in there, and you can look like me right now.
Okay. So are there different shades that you can apply?
There are different shades. Depending on your skin tone, there's many different reasons why people spray tan. Like sometimes people have like vitiligo, and like that. There's 2 different skin tones.
Like the Michael Jackson thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, you can even out your skin tone, or they have scars, whatnot. So there are reasons why people do it, or it's just to feel better about yourself. And you can also look like you've lost 10 pounds. So that's an added bonus.
Really?
Yes.
Let's talk.
Well,
So you can tan certain contours?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That reminds me. I've seen men who have contoured abs. They got like 6-packs by the way that they wow.
Yes. Well, really, you enhance what they already have.
Okay. Okay.
So it is quite, but it's just like makeup and through like contouring and stuff like that, but you're doing it for the body. So spray tanning is essentially makeup for the body.
And it's organic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So no harm to the body, no chemicals.
Yeah. Well, there are like, it's as natural as it can be.
Okay.
In the sense it's derived from coffee beans or beets or sugar cane. So it's a really natural ingredient.
And how long does it stay on?
Anywhere for 5 to 10 days, depending on how you take care of it.
Okay. So no exfoliating, I guess.
Well, no. So before, there's always preparations where you have to shower and exfoliate, and you have to prepare your skin, and then you basically, I paint a blank canvas, which is your skin, and then afterwards you just shower off after the processing time, and then you just keep yourself by moisturizing and no exfoliation. But you can wash and you can go about your day, you can wear makeup, you can do whatever you need to do after it's processed.
How long does it take to dry?
Well, the actual process only takes 15 minutes.
Okay, so it's quick.
Yes,
Okay.
it's very quick. It's basically 2 passes of your body, and then you dry, and then you can go about your day. But there is anywhere from a 4-hour to an 8-hour processing time where you can't really get involved. Like you can't have any sweaty activity, or you can't really get wet. But after that, you're good to go.
Okay. Can you tell us of someone that you've worked with that was maybe a celebrity or something that really stood out in your mind?
Well, I've done the cast of Big Brother a few years before they go into the house, so that's kind of exciting. I've done a lot of fitness people, like for photo shoots and stuff like that, like Sue Caluzzo, Nichelle Laus, but they're more pro athletes. Who else have I done? I did a skit for Much Music where we had to actually put Much on, like actually cut out paper and stick it on, and then we spray tan the gentleman, and he had Much on his chest.
Wow. Okay, so you're busy.
Yes.
You're busy. And what type of schedule do you have? Is it every day you've got something booked?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
Right now, like prom season's coming in.
Okay.
And also, well, not today, but most days it's getting better, the weather, so people are a little bit pastier than normal and they want a golden glow, so it's getting much busier. But yes, I usually work from 9 till 2 and then anywhere from like 7 till midnight, depending on, again, because I go to you, like I come to
Right.
wherever
Okay.
you are.
So prom season, I guess also wedding season has
Wedding
kicked
season.
in. So people want to look
It
their
will
best.
next month, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yes.
And people say too that if you're going away on vacation, it's good to get like a tan, to have like a foundation first, and then
Well, yes.
and let it be enhanced by the sun. Is that true?
Yes. So if you're going away, what you would do is you would get spray tan, and the biggest thing is that you already have color, so you don't feel like you need to lay out and get that color, that you're not pasty. So it really does work well for not ever getting burns, because you put your sunblock on, you just go about your day, and like I said, you can shower, you can swim, you can do whatever you want once the tan is set.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you have how many children? 3?
Yes.
How old are they?
My oldest is 8, a little girl, and then I have twins that are 6, a boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, how do you manage the juggle of being a mom and a busy
To be honest, that's a day-to-day.
business owner?
That's truly just day-to-day, depending on my hours. I do try to keep between 2:30 and 7 free so that I can take my kids to all their activities and cook them dinner and be with them for a few hours during the day, and then I'll go out to work afterwards. My husband and I have quite the schedule.
Okay. So you're managing it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But there's a reward too with the balance of work and
Yes.
and personal life and family, and bringing it all together. If you can manage it, it's an amazing bonus
Yes,
to
it
your
is.
self-esteem and just a sense of accomplishment.
No,
right?
it's great. Like, I love what I do because I get to get out of my house, but yet I have the bonus of kind of being a stay-at-home mom, but with a great career too.
Yeah, lots of
because-
flexibility.
Yeah, it's quite the balance, actually.
Okay, fantastic. And how can people find you?
They can find me up at popuptan.com or popuptan on Instagram, and you can look me up and you can book an appointment or get in touch with me if you have any questions.
All right. We're going to line up and get a pop-up tan with Lisa Ferrara. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back. All right, you're here at the Paint Boss Bistro, and we have an incredible woman doing great things in the musical community, and she's giving back with a heart of gold. Would you please welcome the CEO of Renascence Entertainment, Avetha Cooper? And we also have the executive director of Dr. Roz's Healing Place. Please welcome Dr. Roz to the show. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. And I heard wonderful things about you're doing with Reggae Divas. I know some of the divas that have graced your stage, and it's a wonderful thing. So let's talk a little bit about Renascence Entertainment and when that started.
Well, Renascence Entertainment started in November of 2003. I am actually an abused wife, and at that point is when I started Renascence Entertainment, which for me meant new beginning. That's why I call it Renascence Entertainment.
Yeah.
And my first event was called AAA Awareness, which is Artists Against Abuse. And we highlighted the Yellow Brick House Shelter because that's where I used to go. So that's how I started Renascence Entertainment. And going forward, I wanted to do events that is driven by purpose.
Awesome. And Renaissance is French for rebirth. So
See?
it truly
New
is
beginning.
being born again. So you've started 2003. So if my math is correct, so it's about 14 years in, and you've started a platform called Reggae Divas.
Correct.
And how long has that been going on?
Well, this year we're going to have Reggae Divas. It will be our third edition of Reggae Divas. So even though I started in 2003, I took a break, and then I started doing Reggae Divas 2 years ago. So this is our third year.
Okay, and is your background Jamaican?
No, I'm not. I'm actually from Georgetown, Guyana.
Guyana. Any
Yes.
Guyanese in the house?
Woo!
Woohoo! Mr. Clarke over there. Awesome. And who do you select to be part of the Reggae Diva legacy? Who do you
Well,
look
we
for?
know that reggae music is basically male dominated.
Yes, it
You'll
is.
listen to the radio and you'll hear more male songs. More male reggae artists are getting shows, and females, we're always in the background, either doing background vocals or we are organizing shows like myself, as I'm an artist myself. So,
Awesome. Reggae singer?
every year I change the female artists to set a platform and showcase female artists in reggae music, giving them the same opportunity as our male reggae artists.
Okay.
So each year I select different artists from Toronto. This year is the first year I've added an international artist from Jamaica to the list, but the focus is on female reggae artists so they can grow as well as the male artists.
Okay, so there's more of a balance now with the male female ratio in reggae.
Well, that's the whole idea of bringing it to the forefront, creating that new era for females. So radio DJs and promoters can start putting more females on events and allowing them to grow as female artists, because that is their job, that is their business. Most of us, we're working, but we're supposed to be artists. We're supposed to be performing and singing and writing and doing music. But we are not getting as much work as the male artists are. If you see any reggae shows, it's always maybe 5, 6, 7 males and maybe 1 female or none. So Reggae Divas is created to give us that same platform. One night on stage, all female artists.
Okay, well, that sounds great. I'm excited. Yeah. Empowerment to female reggae singers. So who do we have lined up for this year?
This year lineup, we have a number of our Canadian reggae artists. Jasmine Daly, who is in the house with us tonight.
Jasmine.
Yes. We also have a young artist who is about maybe 18 or 19 years old. Her name is Dahlia. Empress Divine, El Trimmer, Jade Fate, and Mel Dubé. And also our international Jamaican reggae artist is Nadine Sutherland.
I love Nadine. Oh,
I do
my
too.
gosh.
She's such an inspiration.
She is fantastic. So this is a stellar lineup of women.
It is.
They're amazingly talented. So you are blessed. And will you be performing as well? Are you going to be singing?
I will not be performing this year. I performed last year. So every year I change the artist. So it doesn't matter that I am putting it on. I don't want to be on stage every year. I want to have different females showcasing their talent. And this also put an onus on the females, because we know, as if you follow the music industry, males are able to excel. They're able to move forward in the music business and become businessmen and have record labels. Females, you get married, you have 2 kids, your musical career is over.
Yeah.
How many male, or I would say female reggae artists that we have that we know from back in the days are still up? I would say pretty much Marcia Griffith is the only one that kept in the industry from she started until today. Most of the female artists have gotten married or have kids and stopped. So Reggae Divas is creating a platform where it's putting the onus back on the females. You can do it all. You can have your husband and have your children and still have your musical career.
You can have your man and picnic and still.
That's right.
Go on. All right. Yeah, I have a little something to share. I have a reggae diva in my family, actually.
You do?
My mother's cousin is Lorna Bennett. She sang Breakfast in Bed. It was a reggae
I
hit
used to sing
back
that song.
Yeah. So now she's managing her son, Protege, and he's doing pretty well out there.
Really? That's her son? I love one of his songs. He sang a song with Chronics that I love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're part of the family. So
Awesome. So then you sing them.
I do a little bit.
Maybe we should have her on Reggae Divas.
What do you think? Yay. I'll pay you guys later. That's awesome. Well, I know the platform that you have, you've described it as having a purpose, and I know the purpose extends to the community, and we have the wonderful Dr. Roz here, the Healing Place, as a recipient of part of the proceeds. So, Dr. Roz, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, before I give it to Dr. Roz, I want to say thanks to Wilma Cromwell, who is the most, I don't know, any president of any company would want her as a vice president or executive administrative assistant. She works so hard in helping us with Reggae Divas. She's in the audience right now. And awesome. I told Wilma, yes, I told her I wanted to do Reggae Divas, but not just to put on a show each year and showcase artists. Let us give back to the community. Let's do something for women. And she chose Dr. Roz Healing Place. So part of the proceeds will be donated to Dr. Roz Healing Place that help to empower women. And Dr. Roz will tell you a little bit more about what our organization does.
Thank you, Wilma. That's awesome. Yes, thank you, Dr. Roz.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. And it's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's always good to be around. It's always good to find the time to be out to hang with the sisters. Yeah.
How long has your how long has the center been around?
Well, Dr. Roz's Healing Place has been around since we officially opened in 2014. Mm-hmm. But in 1982, it was the Emily Stowe Shelter that was incorporated, and I had to go out and raise $4-5 million and build Dr. Roz's Healing Place, which is a center for abused women and children and youth at risk. And one may ask me, why are you investing so much into this? You give your heart, your soul, and any extra pennies you have. And I'll tell you why. I had a private practice for many, many years, and I had the privilege to go into all women's shelters in Ontario to do policy development and staff development and board development. And I went into this little house in Scarborough one day, and as I was leaving, a child grabbed onto my skirt, began to cry, and wanted to leave with me. The little house was called the Emily Stowe Shelter for Abused Women and Children. And I was taken aback by the fact that this child does not know me. I do not work there. I'm only a consultant. I spent 2 hours in the building that day, and he wants to leave with me, and it really touched me. I said to the staff, where's the mother? The staff said the mother was asleep. So we fought this child to get his grip off my skirt, and it was not a nice feeling. The child began to cry, and I walked to my vehicle, and I sat there and I got filled with emotions. And I asked myself the question, how can a 3 or 4-year-old child want to leave with a stranger, someone he or she had never seen? And I felt really sad. So in those days, we had these big phones, the big car phones that, you put it down. So I picked that up. Oh no, it was bigger than that. So I picked it up and I called my girlfriend, who was a nurse at the Providence Center. Her name was Shirley. And I said, Shirley, I think I'm going to close my private practice and raise money and build a center for women who are abused so that they can find a safe, comfortable place to heal, and not in the concept of a shelter that one believed a shelter to be in those days. And Shirley said to me, she said, Roz, why do you want to do that? You spend all these years with education. They don't pay. Those were her words. And I thought, let's end this, because I had this powerful drive in front of me at the moment to do this. So then I called my soulmate, and her name is Dr. Mary Lou McPhedran. She's now a senator, Senator McPhedran. And I said, Lulu, can I see you? She said, I'm at the McGill Club. In those days, the McGill Club had no black people. It was only rich white women went to McGill Club. For those of you who know the McGill Club, you do? Uh-huh. So Mary Lou said, meet me at the club. And I said, would they allow me to come in there with my rasta head, and I'm black and you know what goes on? And she said to me, well, Roz, I'm there, so you just walk in. So I walked in the McGill Club that evening. She sat in a hot tub with me. When the time was right, I looked her in her eyes, and I said, Lulu, I am thinking of closing my private practice, raise money, and build a center for women who are abused. And I told her why. And she said, Roz, do you realize the magnitude of a project like that? However, if anyone can do it, it's you. 7 years later, we opened our doors, raised $5 million. exactly 7 years after that conversation. I shared it with no one because I wanted no one to tarnish my journey or to bring negative thoughts or energy to my space. I did it in silence, and we opened our doors. At the Healing Place, we provide a safe space for women and children who are experiencing violence or who flee in violence. And we address all facets of the individual's life: the emotional, the spiritual, the financial, the social, the educational. So we work with women and children to help them get back on their feet and to develop the different parts of the self. So we are always full, which is a sad thing. We are always full. And right now we just launched the Women's Lives Matter 2 in the Caribbean, where women are being killed every day. And we are doing the similar type of support and help for women in the Caribbean with the hope of helping women to migrate to Canada when the time is right to save them from being murdered. If you wish to know more, which is an all-day workshop, you can just get on the website, drrozeshealingplace.com, and Roz is a Z and an S, Healing Place, one word.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Roz. Thank you for what you do.
Welcome.
Formidable work. Thank you. Thank you. As we're about to close, Avetha, can you just tell us again when we can see the show and what time and where people can get the tickets?
So Reggae Divas is going to be on May 21st. So it's called Reggae Divas, Celebrating Women in Reggae Music. On May 21st, the venue is the Jamaican Canadian Center, or sometimes called JCA, at 995 Arrow Road, which is at Finch and 400. Early bird tickets are sold out. They were on eventbrite.ca, but you can still call me at 416-464-3068 and get your early bird tickets still from today until April 28th. So call, get your early bird tickets. I will extend it. And early bird tickets are $25. And at the door is $35. So come out and support these women. Let us help them grow.
Awesome. Well, I'll be there supporting the Reggae Divas. Thank you so much, Avetha. Thank you, Dr. Roz. Very proud of everything you're doing. And we'll come and we'll take care of you. We'll be there. So you don't want to miss Reggae Divas coming up, and that's May 21st. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Having us.
We'll be back.